Hello everybody, my name is Ilya.
And my name is Tyler. Together we make up Kovray, a couple that loves to play board games.
And 3D shapes.
Puzzles.
Pieces.
Wow.
This is our Check It Out series where we showcase various games to you in hopes of inspiring you to play one of them.
Exactly. This week we're taking a look at Ubongo 3D. Check it out.
Face in a box?
Face in a box.
Face in a box. Ubongo 3D is designed by Grzegorz Rejchtman and published by Thames Kosmos. In this game, you'll be taking puzzle pieces and building the corresponding shape on your card, racing against your opponents, hoping to gain the most gems, the most valuable gems, and win.
And don't forget about the timer.
It's speedy!
And the pressure is on.
Let's give you a quick overview of how to play.
You'll begin by setting up. Each player will get 8 puzzle pieces and 9 cards for the 9 rounds of the game. These 9 cards will be made up of 9 different shapes in different forming difficulties, however you feel like putting it together. Once everybody has their puzzle pieces and their cards, you can put the die and the timer in the middle, along with 9 brown gems and 9 blue gems to correspond to the 9 rounds in the game. Now it's time to play. At the start of the round, somebody will roll the die. That die will correspond to an area on your card that gives you a sense of the puzzle pieces that you'll be using to make the shape. After that, you're ready to begin the race. Somebody will flip the timer and you'll all race to the finish to try and finish your puzzle first. If you're the first individual to finish the piece, you can yell "Ubongo" and grab one of the blue gems from the center. If you're the second, you'll be able to grab the brown gem, but don't forget to yell "Ubongo" as well.
You'll keep playing until the timer runs out. Any player who finishes their puzzle within the timer, including those who grab the blue and brown gem, will also get an additional gem from the bag. Now you do this for 9 rounds. By the end of the 9 rounds, you'll calculate your points by looking at the gems that you have. Red is worth 4, blue is worth 3, green is worth 2, and brown is worth 1. You'll tally up the points and the player with the most points wins. Will you be the Ubongo champion?
Ubongo!
3D.
So, what do you think?
I love games like this. I think it's really fun to just get out because it can be played in such a short span of time, but you can really sit there and play with these puzzle pieces for a very long period of time as well. It's fun to compete. It's fun to solve other people's puzzles as well if someone isn't able to solve it. And there's so many different cards that are double-sided with ranges of difficulties that you never really get a sense of, oh, I know this one, because you just won't, because there's just so many cards.
Yeah, a lot of the cards will actually, like especially when you roll a die, because there's so many different sets of puzzle pieces that can be put together to make the one shape. It's hard to have that repeat. Yeah, it'll repeat.
So not only is it a different card, but there's a different arrangement of tiles.
Yeah.
So yeah, exactly. The combinations are endless.
Yeah, it's really cool. And then on top of that, my biggest thing with this game is you don't have to put together the exact same 9 difficulty cards. You can choose how aggressive you want to be, I guess you can say it, and take really hard cards and challenge yourself to make those hard cards, and then you can play with somebody who might not be that great at these spatial puzzles, and they know that, and then they can grab the easier cards, and you can still both have fun trying to race for that finish.
Yeah, it's definitely a balanced game in that approach, and I really enjoy that as well. So
why should people check this one out?
Well, I think for that specific reason is the range in difficulty. You can really set out the difficulty for yourself. You can, if you really love spatial puzzles, you're really good at them, you can choose only the most difficult cards to play with, like Tyler said, somebody who might not enjoy them, who would choose easier ones, but you still have the same experience and feel competitive in that sense.
Yeah, and you can do a gradual grow where you ease yourself into it, starting with the beginner cards and making it all the way up to the advanced cards. So I do really appreciate the increase in difficulty for this one. The other thing that I like about this is you don't always have to be the fastest to end up winning the game. It does feel really great to win the round in your timer because you get an extra
3 points.
Yeah, exactly. But you could finish third and not grab a point from the table and end up drawing a red gem, and you'll still net positive based on everybody else's gems that they were able to draw. So it is a really neat catch-up mechanic, and you do just get points for basically making the puzzle.
But it's not so much that it's random. If you're if you get first every time, you'll very likely win.
Yeah, there's a high chance.
I don't think there's actually a way that you wouldn't, because even unless you drew brown every time, and then everyone else drew red only.
Yeah, but there's only a certain number of gems in the bag.
Yeah, so I think that it still gives you advantage if you're very good at this game. But it's nice to catch up, because I know there's been games where I did not win 3 and could not get them, but then I drew 2 red gems. I'm like, I'm back in the game, baby. I can do this.
Yeah, some of the puzzles just click for certain people. It's really easy to figure out like certain ones, for example. But yeah, it's because you get to draw from the bag that you can stay at least in a competitive spot to potentially win the game. And
last but certainly not least, if you love spatial games and 3D puzzles, you'll love this. Because even by yourself, you can sit with a stack and just try to solve them, which I've done a couple of times, because it's just fun to challenge yourself in ways, and it's always interesting when you can't solve a puzzle, because everyone kind of rally around and be like, how do you really do this one? So yeah, it's a blast. With that, why shouldn't you check it out?
Yeah, kind of to like add to what you were just saying and put a spin on it, I guess, for like why you shouldn't check it out, is because it's a spatial puzzle. I know like certain people like to take their time trying to figure out these types of puzzles, and it isn't always about the race. I felt that when playing the game, if the timer was run out, you just had to move on to the next puzzle because everybody had solved theirs, kind of thing, and it was like, oh great, I'm never gonna actually find the answer to this. We've done this thing where we like will take some time to like put the cards aside, debrief. But in a game where you're just trying to like get through it, like that's not the case all the time. No. You don't get to enjoy the whole like solving it, and if you're a completionist like I am, that is not a good feeling. So
yeah, you definitely need to solve every puzzle that we play, and then we can't move on until you do.
Especially if you put something like that in front of me, like I have to finish it. If it's like something else, I'm different, but like with these particular types of things,
that's fair. I think the other thing too is just in general, if you don't like spatial puzzles or 3D puzzles and get really frustrated, because sometimes the blocks go in such a weird way that you just don't see it right away. And if that causes you frustration and you know you're just going to get angry at this game, then maybe it's not worthwhile for you to check out either.
Yeah, and then to just like add another layer to that, like you have to create these shapes. Like it's basically a dexterity game where you have to create these shapes on your own, and like the pieces are big, but they some go in weird positions, so like they might not stand up right nicely for you, and if speed is a factor in this game, that's not always the most ideal thing for somebody to go through if they're not like a fan of it.
Yeah. And sometimes accessibility as well might not be the most accessible game for you too. But overall,
very fun, very stressful, pretty fast paced. Like it if you I love the puzzle aspect to it, of course. And it's short little like break game, start game, end game, like it's nice.
This is a game that's very much my type of game. I really enjoy games like this because it's just fun. You can still compete and be really competitive with it, but you can also have fun and play your own game and try to solve the puzzles and just be satisfied with solving your own puzzles. You can range in difficulty, you can really bring it out to any occasion. Yeah, I'm a big fan.
Yep, really good game. Look forward to playing it more and showing people, because I think this is a really like great game to like invite people into the hobby.
Wonderful.
Especially,
Well, for our question of the day today, because this game made me think of Tetris.
Oh.
What Tetris piece would you be and why?
The T, obviously, because my name's Tyler. That's so obvious. Maybe for me.
I think I would be the big long boy, the big line, because everyone always celebrates when it comes in and they cheer and they always wait for me.
I love that.
So I want to feel loved and I want to be waited for. Yeah. So.
There's like this power move in actual Tetris called the T-spin, where you actually can like spin the T shapes if you click right. I don't know if that's like old school or like new school type Tetris, but it is possible and it feels really good when you accomplish it. Anyways, what shape would you be?
And why?
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed what you saw, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up button. They mean the world to us and help us do more fun videos like this.
Exactly. Have you played Ubongo as well? Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, because there's many different versions of Ubongo as well. Yeah. And this is our first, so if you played other ones, do let us know about them, because we'd love to learn.
Yeah, which ones should we be checking out? Anyways, until next time, this is us checking out. Have a wonderful day.
Goodbye.
Bye.